Good morning and welcome to the Dark Roast. My name's Donna Stroll and I'm here with the always lovely and talented Rose Short. And today's topic is that golden asset, and that would be your email list. So if Instagram shut down tomorrow, right? If TikTok banned your account and YouTube channel got hacked, would you still have a business? That's the number one question. Would you still have a business, or would it all just gone overnight? And that does happen, right? You build a massive platform and then suddenly it's all gone. This is the unquestioned, this is like that icky spot, especially with new and intermediate online marketers who really build on what's considered rented land. You've built your social platforms and you've got these huge platforms you're selling through Instagram or whatever, and then all of a sudden something happens. We ignore the fact that email is the only asset that really can't be taken away. You can lose it in a sense. You don't lose your list though, right? You might lose your provider, but you don't lose your list. So that's why today we're going to talk about why your email list is considered a golden asset, why building it really is a non-negotiable if you really want to build out your business for the long term, and how to start to fix your list or even start building your list if you feel a little late to the game. It's never too late to start.
The thing is, social media sucks. Obviously, if you've put in the work and you've gotten your followers the right way instead of buying them or anything like that, then you're going to know how to quickly rebuild a new profile. But a really good way to have that started is, again, have the list, right? You hear marketers all the time say the money is in the list, and there's a very good reason for that. Social media reach is increasingly pay to play. It just is, right? TikTok is constantly sending coupons to my inbox about, oh, spend this much and we'll give you 20% off and you'll reach this many more accounts, which is not necessarily a pay per follower, but is a pay per view. And then you have lots of different other third-party companies that you can pay for legit YouTube views and subscribers, but you're still paying for views and subscribers. And they've also now expanded to include Instagram and Facebook and things like that. So it's getting harder and harder to get that reach out organically. And only a small percentage, about 1 in 7 of your followers are going to see any given post, which is insane, right? Because that means to reach all your followers. And of course, ratios aren't perfect, so let's add some extra numbers because that's how maths work. You're probably looking at 10 to 15 posts a day just to make sure every single follower sees one of them. That is insane.
No one has time for that.
Exactly. But your inbox, right? It's a personal space. It's kind of like a curated feed, right? Because people will junk very quickly things they don't want to have in there, or at least people that don't enjoy having 2,000 notifications like me. It's a much more personalized space. There's more trust involved giving out your email than necessarily giving out your Instagram handle or something like that. So your social feed is like that nightclub in downtown where you go and maybe run into people, whereas your email inbox is like a brunch, right? It's 10 to 15 people that you really get along with, that you really want to be around. And so that is where having the email list, being the person who is sending or able to come into that little brunch, is going to be very, very important, because this is how you make sure your subscribers, assuming your open rates are good and everything else, are seeing your new updates, are seeing your new blog posts, are seeing your new product launches, are seeing the sales you're sending out, all these kind of things.
Absolutely. And there's a reason why the email list is considered a golden asset. First is the predictable traffic and the sales on demand. So once you've built that list and nurtured that list, you can send an email and create a spike in clicks or leads or sales or whatever it is that you're after at that time, anytime you need it. Launching a new affiliate offer, promoting a bonus, you don't have to start from zero. You're not trying to hit and having to do those 15 posts a day to get that information out there, because you already have a warm audience. You're not trying to put something in front of somebody who's like, meh, because they already know you. They're already interested in what you're having to say. Second is deep data and segmentation. So modern email tools let you see who opens, who clicks, what they click on. When you know what people are paying attention to, then you can segment your list even more, and you can send the more relevant offers, and you can send it. So you can have it segmented to your first people who are brand new, people who really are interested in this part of your platform or this part of your program. You can know whether or not they're going to your YouTube, if that's a link that you're putting in there, or they're just going directly to your sales page. You can segment again. So it really gives you an opportunity to really see who your customers are and how to reach them in every email. And then you're targeting even more, which is fantastic. And the other is it's an asset value, right? So a responsive email list directly increases the value of your actual business. So when people buy blogs, brands, or online businesses, they care a lot more about the size and engagement of your list than your social followers. Because an email is proven to drive revenue, whereas social following, you switch a person and then maybe it's not going to last, right? Whereas if you've got a good solid email list, they know that that's gold in their hand. So your list isn't just another marketing channel. It's a real asset that can pay you for years and years, and even impact what your business is worth if you decide to sell it further on down the line, which is fantastic.
Oh, yeah. And so we kind of talked about this last week as well, but mindset is one of the big themes here. And I know a bunch of people are going to be rolling their eyes and groaning, but it's not, usually when you're starting out, it's not that you don't see the importance of the email list. It's that you look at everything involved with setting up your email, setting up your domain, setting up the safeties, making sure you're not going into spam, and then having to write the emails. That becomes overwhelming, right? So you might think you're too new or too small to worry about an email list. Everyone has to start somewhere, right?
Yep.
It's okay if for the first 3 months you've got 10 people on that list. At least you've started. The second one, which always makes me laugh, is, well, email is dead. Everything's on social media now. No. If email were dead, we still wouldn't have to be going through and blocking a bunch of junk BS, right? Email is never, ever, well, I can't say that indefinitely, but it's likely that email is never going to be unimportant because so many people use it to communicate anyway. And then the third block, which I totally understand, is I don't know what to send, right? So this one is super real. It's not a skills problem, but it's also not a reason to avoid lists. Usually you'll get email swipes from whatever program you're working with, which we talked about a couple episodes ago, making sure that you're personalizing and you're not just copy and pasting. But even the act of copying and pasting those can get overwhelming or just annoying, which I totally get. And then crafting them from your own mind, right? Some people are not really good at explaining themselves or at telling a story and things like that. And this is where, again, you can utilize AI tools to help you write it, but don't have the AI actually write it. And every email doesn't have to be a sale, right? Now, every email doesn't need to be your story.
No, that's true.
We both have been there. Who are we talking about, I wonder?
Anymore.
We'll give it away. But I think we get so focused on just it has to be a long email or it has to be like super in-depth, almost blog posting, and it really doesn't. It can be a couple paragraphs that are a couple sentences each. So again, remember, if people look at a long form theme, their brain goes, read it later, they never read it later. But it can be just a check-in. It can be, hey, I discovered this new theme I'm working on. I'm super excited to share it with you later. There's many different ways that you can do it, and you don't have to email every day. I think that's where a lot of new people struggle, is they think they have to send an email every day. 3 times a week is plenty.
Oh, absolutely. And if you're maybe you consistently do it on Wednesday nights. People will get used to that schedule and they'll appreciate that they know that they're going to get this on Wednesday. Their mailbox isn't going to be flooded with your stuff. And like you say, it doesn't always have to be a sale. Your call to action can be, check out our new post, uploaded a new video, or it can be something, it can be a fun, quirky story, and then just get to know more about me here. Right? Mm-hmm. That kind of stuff. So your call to action doesn't always have to be about selling, but a call to action is always good. It can be even just saying, hey, just checking in on everybody, wanted to know what your favorite parts are, what your least favorite parts are, just checking. That's a call to action as well. And it's a call for engagement. So again, it doesn't always have to be the sale. I think that's a big thing that especially newer marketers, they always are trying to sell. But they're out of the gate and they're gung-ho and they don't necessarily have all the things learned yet. So that's fine, right? But this is the opportunity for you to say, no, you can take a step back and be a fully rounded human being who is also a marketer.
I think a really underutilized one is if you've got segmented lists and this open rate is 80% and this open rate is 20%, get your 80% list involved. Send a fun email that's like, hey, I'm kind of struggling right now. Out of these 5 subject lines, which one would you click on and why, right? And you can use that data, assuming that, again, they're responding, not just opening, to then potentially improve one of your other lists, right? Or even for your A/B split stuff, so you'd be like, hey, you guys have been with me for so long, like I want your input. Which thumbnail do you like better, right? That's a really good way to break the customer-provider relationship and make it way more personal, because now they're involved in your content. And it might actually get more people to whatever channel that thumbnail is for, because maybe they didn't know you had it or they just haven't paid attention.
Right. It gives them invested in your growth and your success, because now they feel like they're a part of that process more than just giving you the money. So and there is a list building blueprint. It's just 3 phases. Simple one. Foundations. First, you're going to pick a simple email provider, and you don't need to overthink this. There's any reputable provider that lets you create forms, segment subscribers, and send automated sequences is really all you need. And a lot of them do that. So you just find what works best for you. Second, you're going to create one high value lead magnet, whatever that is, not a random checklist, but something that solves a specific painful problem for your ideal subscribers. So this is going to require a little bit more thought and a little bit more process, but you probably already have one, or you've been working on one, even if you're on social media, right? So if that's your main focus at this time, you probably already have that thing. So, and if you're an affiliate marketer, like say in the fitness niche, it could be the 7-day beginner fat loss meal plan, or, you know, how to tone up your arms, or whatever it is, right? If you're in the make money online niche, it might be the 3 email templates I use to promote any offer without feeling salesy. Really simple. You've hit all the things that they need. You've given them all the information that they need for something that's a very specific problem. The key is that it feels like an instant win and that it's worth trading an email for. And that's really important, because people don't want to give out their email address for just anything. And so it's important that you're giving them something of value in order to do that. And then third, connect the tech, right? You've got an opt-in form, a thank you page, and a welcome email that delivers a lead magnet and sets the expectations about what's going to be coming next.
Yeah, love it. And then, of course, your traffic and growth, right? Which we talk about a lot anyway. You don't want to just be posting a link that says, hey, join my email list, right? Or subscribe to my email list. You want to make sure like you have the opt-in link in your stand store or your link tree or whatever it might be. But, you know, every time you create content, there should be a call to action, right? We've talked about this before. And if you have that free lead gen, then use that, right? Like, hey, you know, click here, or, you know, join the list, get the free resources, or like, hey, click here for my free theme, and you'll be subscribed to our list. Or like, if you like my content, you know, subscribe to my email list, because I send out way more information there, or anything like that. It can be super simple. Again, it doesn't have to be salesy, but you're not throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping it sticks, right? It's the same way with your affiliate links. You're not just gonna throw it out there and hope for the best. You know, small paid campaigns to drive people straight to your list building landing pages are a great way to build up some of that as well. And then I would say just make sure that you are either turning on double opt-in or your unsubscribe is very, very clear, because the last thing you want to do is be known as that person who sneakily gets subscribers.
Yeah, no one likes that. And if I have to search for your unsubscribe link, it makes me very angry. So, and then the last phase is really nurture and monetize. So once someone is on your list, your job is to make sure that they're happy being there, right? They're glad they signed up because they're getting value for putting their, now it doesn't mean that every email is going to hit, but they know that when they look at your stuff, there's a good chance they're going to find something that's going to be of value for them. So for affiliates and online marketers, a simple structure is like a 5-7 email welcome or getting started sequence. So number one, you deliver the lead magnet and you introduce who you are. That way you're starting to set the expectations. Number two would be a quick win lesson or a tip that's related to the freebie that you've already sent out. So a little additional bit of, little salt on top or something like that. And then number three would be a story that illustrates a problem your audience faces and a solution. So you're not just giving them a part of the process, you're giving them something more again. And then number four would maybe be a deeper education plus a soft introduction to the relevant offer that you actually sell. And then number five, again, more value, case studies, answers to some FAQs that people have, and a clear call to action to take them to your main offer. So your main offer isn't in the first email. It's in the last one. You're building up to it. You're providing value with each one. You're giving them information, and you're not giving away the farm, but you are leading them to that place where they can go and buy the farm. Right?
Yeah. Love it. And especially with a lot of the new software now too, if people aren't opening that email, even after they've subscribed and done the double opt-in and whatnot, you can set it up to where if they haven't opened 5 emails, you can send them a theme that says, hey, I see you're not opening. Do you still want to be on this list or not? Because if not, I'll remove you. And that'll help keep your email list clean and keep your open rates and everything up and optimized, which is really, really nice.
Yeah.
So there's a few current trends that you really can't ignore if you're trying to, make this a long-term theme. So hyper-personalization and segmentation are just standard now, not advanced. Like segmentation used to be a really advanced theme that nobody wanted to talk about until you were making $10,000 a month. But it's really, really important that you learn that from the get-go. Segmentation and personalized campaigns get significantly higher open rates and click-through rates than just the generic blasts. And even basic segmentation can dramatically improve your results. So this can be, what product they clicked on, what lead gen funnel they came from. There's a lot of different ways to segment, right? So maybe you have one offer that is going to do really well, and maybe you have another offer that you're not sure because it's a new offer. You can start that as a new list, and then you can move those people to different lists as they open or don't open. But it's just a really, really good way to make sure that you understand where these people are coming from and therefore can personalize appropriately. Absolutely. And then of course, sorry.
No, you're right. That's huge.
Yeah. And then deliverability is another huge one, right? And this is one that, will make me tech rage very quickly because I have no patience with tech that does not do what it's supposed to do, as anyone who has worked with me on an email campaign can verify. But delivery does matter, right? So warming up your list, warming up your SEO, making sure that your SBF, your DKIM, and your DMARC are all 100% set up through your email provider, which will help you avoid dropping into the spam filter, avoiding spammy subject lines, and then regularly remove cold or inactive subscribers so that list stays healthy, because your email list provider will look at your percentages and go, okay, your open rate's really low. Where are you getting these subscribers? Or, hey, you started off good, but now it's really bad. And we need to protect our integrity. So what's going on here? They will get involved, which is their absolute right to do so.
Just like you need to prune your list, they need to prune theirs, right?
Exactly. Yep. And then, be really careful when you're picking an email as well. Google just got in a lot of trouble. And Gmail will do a, domain specific email. But I've noticed that since they got in trouble, a lot of those are going to spam now too. So Gmail used to be what everybody used. I would recommend maybe not. Zoho was a really good one. But again, You're going to have to make sure that you understand SPF, DKIM, and DMARC and set it up appropriately. Now, sometimes you can set it up just through your email provider. If you're using a custom domain, however, that might have to go through the custom domain. And if you're trying to use that email with an autoresponder, you have to make sure they all match. So there are a lot of steps. It can be really, really frustrating, but it is super important because it's what's going to keep you out of the spam filter. And of course, test, right? Send yourself a test email. Make sure it's going to your inbox, not your spam.
Yep, absolutely. And I mean, this is where we tout YouTube University. If you're a solo and you don't know what to do, that's what the YouTube University is there for. If you have the money, you can always hire someone to help you through that process, or you can reach out. You know, if you're on social media, you'll find people who have been there, done that, gone through the rage machine and come out the other side, and they've got it sorted out. So they might be able to help walk you through it. Just, maintain respect, ask respectfully, don't demand, don't expect. But, there's different ways that you can get that support. And sometimes even the email providers themselves will help walk you through that. It just depends on how big they are and how much access they have to the support, whether they're going to try and get you to pay for it or they do have support that will help you through it.
Yeah. And a lot of them will give you one free domain, which then you can use to verify your email as well. So there's different ways to get around it. And then, of course, we've talked about it before, but utilizing AI to help you understand, brainstorming subject lines that are going to work, or testing send out times, or even just personalizing, which I know it sounds weird to use AI to personalize, but if you've trained your AI appropriately, it probably knows how you talk anyway. But using AI to analyze as well can also help you understand, kind of where your audience is and why they subscribed and what they like.
Yeah, and research your AIs, because some are better at certain things than others. So, like ChatGPT is great for setting up maybe those outlines, but maybe Perplexity is better at looking at what's currently available and trending. Claude might be better for, doing the actual programming aspect of it. So you just have to figure out what it is you need, and then look at all of those and figure out which one's going to be the best for you if you're going to utilize AI in the process.
Yeah, I know Claude has seen a huge spike after OpenAI got in trouble for not actively trying to protect its users. So there's that. So definitely research any AI you're going to use before just jumping in.
Yeah. So, bottom line is building an email list really, truly isn't optional if you want stable, scalable affiliate online business. Any kind of online business, even if it's not affiliate marketing, say you're a product marketer, you still need that email list. It's your golden asset, and the thing that lets you reach people directly, even when the platforms change, the algorithms change the rules, or something happens and you lose your platform, right? That was really big for a lot of people on Etsy. They lost everything. They sort of went on an account closing thing, and a lot of people lost it. Those with email lists didn't have a problem because they could easily back their stuff up on another platform, and they could reach out to all their customers and say, hey, here you go. But if you didn't have that contact, then all of a sudden those customers are gone and they don't know where to find you. So that's really why it's an important tool. And also the fact that you can sell it. If you build a really strong list, this is a commodity. This is something that you can then sell in the future. If you decide, I don't want to do this anymore. I've decided I want to pivot and go somewhere or do something different. You now have something that you can actually sell that has value, which is great. So if this episode did help you in that, I want you to share it with a marketer friend, or post a screenshot on your favorite platform and tag us. Let us know, right? Drop a comment, say, hey, I shared this there. That's awesome, because if you're ready to start your email, like your next non-negotiable part of your business, this is how you do it. This is where you start. At least this is where you start. Other than that, we want to say thank you so much for joining us this week, and we will see you next week. Bye for now. That's it from us. If this episode helped you,
or at least entertained you,
go ahead and like, subscribe, and share.
We'll catch you next time.